My RS7 you see right next to me is not the first one that I tried to purchase. This video shares my actual experience with Audi North Miami, accompanied by screenshots of conversations I had with the dealership, as well as the paperwork that we exchanged. Hopefully, it serves as a warning to anybody who is considering purchasing a vehicle or doing any sort of business with Audi North Miami. So I found this car on Monday, March 25th, listed online on cars.com. And then I checked out the listing on Audi North Miami's website. It was in their inventory. The morning of Tuesday, March 26th, I called the dealership expressing interest in purchasing this vehicle. It was a 2016 Audi RS7 with just over 29,000 miles on it. It was listed as a certified pre-owned vehicle and had a clean Carfax. One owner, no reported accidents, all regular maintenance was done properly. This car was a fully optioned vehicle the way I wanted it. Nardo exterior with carbon optics package, sports seats, B&O sound system. It was a nicely optioned vehicle. Vehicle was listed for $71,500, which was a fairly good price for a car of its spec and the fact that it was certified pre-owned. So I decided to pursue it. As many of you know, I've been looking for an RS7 for over a year at this point. I called the dealership. I speak to the first salesperson. I express interest in it. I ask some preliminary questions like, is the car available? Does it have clear bra? The first salesperson takes down my information, my phone number, my name, and said he would get back to me. Later that morning, I am contacted by another salesperson. His name was Eric. Not quite sure what happened to the first person, but whatever, I just go with it. I say that I'm interested in the car. I see that it's certified pre-owned. I verify that, and it has a clean Carfax. I wanted to know if the car had paint protection on the front end, any rock chips, any other imperfections that I should know. I was hoping this dealer would be very good to work with. Up to this point, my Audi CPO experience had been nothing but positive. My 2014 Audi S4 was purchased as a CPO car from Jack Daniels Audi in New Jersey. And actually, the first one I looked at had some pretty serious rock chips on the front end, and the salesperson disclosed that to me. He told me that, hey, this one's pretty beat up. I have another one coming in that has half the miles, more options. Are you interested in it? It could be certified. It would cost a little bit more. I ended up purchasing that car, even though it cost more. Clean, CPO, dealership was great to work with. I drove that car for over 2.5 years, 30,000 miles. It's been great. So that is why, up to this point, I trusted the Audi CPO process and the quality of the vehicles. Back to Audi North Miami. Eric sends me some more pictures of the car. We discuss some things about the price, dealer fees, and financing. He tells me that he's test driving it for quality, says the vehicle is super clean and very fast. The dealer then asks me if I'm going to be seeing the car or sending somebody to see it. I tell him I'm out of state, I can't make it down there. I have a friend who's going to come see it after he finishes class and take a look at it for me, just check over the cosmetic state. I feel no need to do an independent pre-purchase inspection since the car had passed the full Audi CPO process. I understand that some people would call me an idiot at this point and say you should always get a PPI. Well, up to this point, I trusted the CPO process. My CPO S4 was flawless, mechanically perfect, cosmetically in an amazing shape when I bought that thing. And I had also seen the CPO report for the RS7. Everything checked out perfect. The car would also have a CPO warranty. I thought this was going to be a safe purchase. My friend goes to see it. For some reason, the sales guy's gone. He was out at lunch at 3 p.m. Okay, whatever. The friend gets the keys to the car. He looks around it. He's taking pictures of the front end. He discovers that the underside of the front bumper has some pretty significant damage. It looks like the vehicle was driven too far over a curb or a parking block of some sort, very scuffed up. The carbon splitter was pretty scraped up too. Around the rest of the car, there's some minor scuffs. My friend is being very thorough. He notices on the inside of the door handle some little scratches and things like that. It's just regular wear and tear. Everything seemed okay, minus the front bumper and splitter on the underside. Everything else could be fixed easily with the paint correction. So I talked to the dealership about the underside of the front bumper. I get the response that they can't see it unless they're underneath the car. I'm a little bit concerned that they never disclosed this to me. The car had to have been in the air on a lift for the CPO inspection. How could they have not seen it? I tried to have them either fix it or discount the price a little bit more. The dealer just refuses to move. I want this car, so whatever. It'll be hard to find another CPO car with these options. I'll have it fixed on my own once it's home in Michigan. I'll buy a new carbon splitter, get the front end paint protected. It'll be okay. I'll deal with it. Not every car is going to be absolutely perfect. But every single time I brought up this damage about the front end, I just keep getting the answer, this car is beautiful. It's like new, it's super clean. And then also the other answer I kept getting was, you're getting such a good deal, I can't touch the car at this price that you're getting it at. I can't put it in the air to fix that. I want to push him a little harder. He goes, you can't see the damage. You have to be underneath the car to see that. So I drop it. I'll deal with it when I get the car. I can have it fixed. I'll spend the money to get it the way I want it. Plenty of low cars get scraped. It happens. Now we get to the money and paperwork. We had agreed to a final sale price of $70,250. I would be paying them sales tax and also their dealer fees. The fees are supposed to come out to $995. Fly down, buy the car, drive it home. They send me a purchase order with the breakdown of each line item of the amounts, and it doesn't add up. The sales tax in Michigan is 6%. I sent him a screenshot of my calculator and the total, and I say it doesn't line up, the number's not right. He then tells me the fees are taxed. I was like, okay, all right, sorry I missed that one. I add in the total sales price and the fees, multiply out, it's still not right. They're still charging me extra. Eric then says that he's off today and will make a call and have a manager finish my paperwork. I immediately tell the manager the math is not correct here. He keeps responding that the math is right. At this point, I'm losing my patience. I'm like, this guy, the salesperson, is being utterly incompetent. Purchasing a car should not be this difficult. I just wanted to have the correct number on the paperwork, and I would be wiring them the money. I call the dealer and request to speak to a sales manager, and we start working through everything. So I give him the math again, and he finally sends me the accurate totals. Everything checks out properly. Wiring info, paperwork is on its way. I wire them the money. FedEx is, the forms are FedExed out to them. And then one final time, when I'm filling out those forms, there's a line that says CPO vehicle, and it says cosmetic exterior and interior appearance will be free of any major damage or defects. I'm like, how was the underside of the front bumper that damaged not considered major? And he says that unless you're underneath the car, you can't see it. You already asked for $1,250 off the car. I can't do anything. Okay, all right, this is kind of strange, but okay, I just want the car now. I give up on that. Money is sent, wired out to them. Paperwork is sent. They get confirmation. The car is essentially purchased at this point. I'm excited. I'm finally getting the RS7 that I want. My S4 is listed for sale. I'm thinking about everything I'm going to do to prepare the car, tints, paint protection film, wheels and tires, all these things. I booked my flights down to Florida. My girlfriend would come with me. We'd fly down there and drive the car home. We're all set. Money is sent out there. Gonna go see a friend, stop by the Georgia Aquarium. Now we get to Tuesday afternoon, April 2nd. This is when it starts getting really stressful and suspicious. I'm just browsing Audizine, a major Audi forum. I'm getting really excited about my incoming RS7. I'm looking at wheel and tire combinations, suspension modules. I'm like, maybe I should look up this dealer and see what other people are saying about it. My experience has been mediocre, nothing brilliant, but nothing atrocious. I've heard worse stories. Little did I know my situation was about to become one of the worst ones out there. I find this thread of somebody else who had went to look at the car about a week ago. He posted that it was a super nicely optioned CPO and asked what other people had experienced with CPO cars. I scroll down further and see an updated post from the day before, and my stomach dropped. He had taken it for a test drive and found very clear evidence that the car had been in an accident and very poorly repaired. He posted a couple pictures of the paint around the fuel filler door and that rear quarter panel. It doesn't look great and has some serious cracks in it. It looks like the car was in an accident, hit in that corner. Rear quarter panel and door were damaged, repaired, and repainted. Not well. I'm freaking out at this point. The supposedly clean car that I purchased had an undisclosed accident, damage that was not properly repaired. What the heck am I going to do? I start frantically calling my friend who works at a different dealer and asking him what to do in this situation. I go through everything. I look at the Carfax again, the Audi CPO checklist that I got for the car. I call the dealer and tell them we have a problem. I tell them I'm on the forums and I come across somebody who test drove the car and discovered these issues. What is going on here? Are you aware of this? I don't get a straight answer. I'm told that the price I'm getting is so good and that I'm not financing through them, and since I'm getting a $1,250 discount, they are making no money on the car. I respond that the price is irrelevant to whether the car has been properly represented to me and the condition of the vehicle. The car passed the CPO inspection. That includes the condition of the paint. It has a clean Carfax. The dealer then goes, the car is perfect, it's beautiful. At this point, I've lost all trust in them. I no longer want to buy this car. There are red flags everywhere. Tell them I want my money back. He's like, do you still want to come down and see the car in person before you ask for your money back? I say, nope, I do not want to buy this car from you. He's like, okay, I will send you your money back and cancel this deal. Spend the next couple hours stressing out. This is a mess. I have flights booked down to Florida. Delta has a $200 per ticket change fee. My flights are $250 a piece. It makes no sense to cancel them. My non-refundable hotel booked through Priceline. And then I have Georgia Aquarium tickets are also non-refundable. This sucks. I see if there's anything to do. Really, there isn't anything to do. Any other possible cars in the area that I could buy, I can't find anything. The next morning, I get a call from the dealership. A different sales manager. He wants to know what went wrong with the deal. What happened? Since the deal was so close to being closed, why did I cancel? So I explained the entire situation to him, and he goes, oh, we were supposed to disclose that this car had been repaired in that area and had damage. I'm sorry. I never ever heard a single mention of this from anybody at the dealership that I worked with until I saw that forum post. The sales manager apologizes and says that he will make sure the deal is undone and I get my money back. I am so mad at this point. I am infuriated. This is confirmation that the dealer attempted to mislead me. They were aware of damage to the car. They were aware that it was repaired and not well, and they never disclosed that to me. I am shocked that a CPO car was allowed to go through like this. I count myself extremely lucky that I found this thread on the forum, and at this point, I'd completely lost trust in Audi CPO vehicles, and I would never ever do business with Audi North Miami. I reached out to the original poster in that forum thread, the man who saw the car when he was on vacation in Florida, and we talked about kind of what happened, and he essentially echoed my experience in many ways. The dealer was really shady about explaining what happened in that area, why there was damage to the paint. This guy didn't even know about the damage to the underside of the front bumper, which I told him. The dealer ended up blowing him off. You can see what he wrote in the Audizine post. I'll link that below. I am so thankful that he made this post, and I was able to cancel the deal before driving the car away and discovering it a week later. I end up still having to fly down to Miami, go in person to a dealership, meet a finance director, and pick up a check in person to get my money back. I then rented a car and drove all the way back to Michigan. So instead of an exciting road trip back with my new RS7, I had a very stressful and tiring weekend. I tried to make the best of it. I spent a little bit of time in Miami. I enjoyed the aquarium with my girlfriend, and I visited a different friend from college. But this is not the outcome I had been hoping for. My biggest disappointment is that a supposedly legitimate and large official Audi dealership would attempt to do something like this. I count myself very, very lucky that I found this forum thread where somebody else discovered the issues with the car. The next car I bought, this one actually, I scheduled a pre-purchase inspection. I had to spend extra money to fly to a completely different state, take time off of work. This debacle with Audi North Miami ended up costing me close to $2,000. In the scheme of things, it's in the past. I'm hoping that this video serves to educate people of the kind of business practices that Audi North Miami uses. I got very lucky and discovered it before it was too late, and I plan to communicate my entire experience with Audi of America. I've owned multiple Audis, and I love the vehicle and brand, and I find it extremely unfortunate that I had to go through this. I hope nobody else has to deal with something like this either. This ordeal was extremely stressful and frustrating, and when I reached out to them afterwards to try to resolve the issue, they informed me that it's not a big deal. You have no right to complain whatsoever. You still came down to Miami and made videos, so clearly they looked into me, saw what I was doing. Well, obviously, I had to make the best of the situation. I wasn't just going to fly down there, sit in my hotel room sulking. I did the best I could, but I went down to purchase a car and drive home, which did not happen. I know that was a pretty long story, but that is exactly what happened with my experience with Audi North Miami. I now no longer trust the Audi CPO process. I'm really disappointed and frustrated that this ever occurred, but I hope it serves as a lesson to everybody else. I personally am never going to do business with Audi North Miami, and I hope everybody else just knows to make sure you do your pre-purchase inspections. I don't trust the CPO process anymore, even though the checklist looked great. I'm still going to make sure everything gets inspected. It's difficult and it's hard, but that's what happened, and I hope this saves at least one other person from having to go through something like this. If you guys have any questions, please comment below or message me. Thanks for watching.